long time since I've had the opportunity to speak in this chamber. Well, I have spoken, as I'm sure you will attest, but mainly from a sedentary position. The reason, of course, being that for the vast majority of this past year, I had the privilege of serving the former Prime Minister as her Parliamentary Private Secretary, meaning that for the majority of the past 259 days, I have lived and breathed Brexit, deal, no deal, indicative votes, Cooper-Letwin bowls, withdrawal agreement, the negotiations, the renegotiations, and all the attempts by the former Prime Minister, along with a group of utterly brilliant and dedicated colleagues, ministers, civil servants and special advisers, to try and ensure that this country left the EU with the deal. And I did so not just because it was the job, but because I genuinely, completely and utterly believe that for my constituents, for this country, for our union, for its businesses and for our economy, it was the only rational and sensible thing to do. And I still do. But I do not support the motion being brought by the Right Honourable Member for West Dorset this evening, and I cannot vote for it. In my opinion, we MPs from all sides of this House, if we truly want to act, and I know most of us do, in the national interest, we must support the Prime Minister and this government in their efforts to renegotiate this deal and to leave the European Union on October the 31st. And to be able to do that, the EU must know we are serious about leaving, and that means keeping no deal on the table. If we support this motion being brought tonight, we know, the world will know, that we aren't serious at all. And where then the motivation, the impetus to get this done? And to those on the opposition benches, I'm afraid, who claim that they would do anything to stop no deal, I ask this simple question: why didn't you? When the question was brought 3 times, why didn't you? And it's no good protesting that the deal wasn't good enough or that there were no guarantees, or now that if only we'd known what was going to be in the withdrawal agreement bill, we would have voted for it. If you were serious, genuinely serious, about doing anything to stop no deal, you would have voted for one. So please stop pulling the wool over the eyes of the public and be honest with voters. And to those of my own benches, to my friends and colleagues for whom I have so much respect and whose support for the former Prime Minister over the last year I am personally very grateful, I say this: please do not undermine this Prime Minister as so often this House of Commons undermined the last. Please give our negotiators the support they need to get the changes to this deal we need. And please do not allow to be taken off the table the one thing that is pushing both sides towards achieving just that. I will give way.
Mr. Speaker, I remember fondly